Hey, what's up everyone? John here from TestPrepInsight.com, and today I'm going to be doing an updated comparison of the language apps from Pimsleur and Busuu. These are two language learning apps we took a look at side by side a little over a year ago now, but since then both companies have upgraded and changed their programs, and I thought it best to do a new updated review video. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Compare Pimsleur and Busuu side by side and tell you which one we think is better and which one you should use. And by the way, I should just mention up front here that since I'll just be focusing on the higher level stuff in this video, if you find you need more detail at any point, you can always check out our full detailed written comparison of these two language apps over on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight, Pimsleur vs. Busuu. It's a quick way to find it. Okay, so first up, I'm going to provide a high-level overview of how each app works before diving into each program's strengths and weaknesses. I think this will help provide some context. So let's start with Busuu. When you log into Busuu, you'll land on the dashboard where you've got main tabs or categories on the top nav bar. The Learn section contains all of your lessons to work in the Busuu program ordered in a nice, neat little path. The Community feature gives you access to all of your friends and other users where you can get and give feedback, and the Review tab houses all of your vocab review, which you do pre and post lesson. But of those three, the Learn tab, which holds the lessons, is by far and away the most important part of the program and where you'll probably spend 80 or 90% of your time. So let's talk about the Busuu lessons. Each one is very short, maybe 10 minutes long on average, and oftentimes a hair shorter. Each lesson is comprised of 3 or 4 mini lessons, let's call them, all of which cover the same topic or target words. These mini lessons teach you new words and grammar through a variety of drills, exercises, and quizzes that take a lot of different forms. There's fill in the blanks, multiple choice questions, matching pairs, sentence puzzles, short videos, and speaking drills, where you record yourself responding to a prompt, and then the recording gets sent to the Busuu community for feedback under that Community tab that I just mentioned. Plus, every couple lessons you'll be prompted to review the words and phrases you've learned up to that point, which all flow through to that Review tab at the top. Overall, Busuu uses a very fast-moving, blended approach where you learn the material through a variety of hands-on exercises. Now, Pimsleur, on the other hand, is very different from Busuu. Their program is grounded in audio lessons and conversational practice. To start each lesson, you complete a 30-minute audio exercise where a moderator speaking in English walks you through a guided conversation step by step. You'll listen to a few sentences in your target language, the moderator will briefly stop to explain the situation to you, and then he'll have you participate by answering questions and repeating phrases. This 30-minute audio exercise is really the heart and soul of the Pimsleur lessons and what they're known for. Then, after the audio lesson, you review and reinforce what you just learned through a variety of drills and exercises. It's kind of like class followed by homework in a way. These reinforcement drills include reading drills, digital flashcards, quizzes, pronunciation training, and speed games. Plus, they've got some supplemental features too, like vocab bonus packs and direct speaking exercises with Voice Coach. And that's Pimsleur in a nutshell. Core audio lessons followed by detailed review exercises with a few bonus tools wrapped around it all. But from a high level, that's how the two companies compare. The key takeaway here is that these two programs are pretty different. Pimsleur lessons take around 45 minutes to an hour to complete from start to finish and place a very strong emphasis on listening and speaking in the context of simulated conversations, while the Busuu lessons are much shorter and more hands-on where you move through rapid-fire drills. And by the way, if you want to see examples of the lessons or drills from both companies, be sure to check out that full detailed written comparison that I mentioned. I'll have it linked down below in the description for you. I have screenshots and examples over there so you can get a better feel for what to expect. Alright, so before we jump straight over to talking about what I like and don't like about each app, let's quickly talk about pricing and cost. So, Busuu uses a pretty classic subscription model and is fairly affordable. Their pay-as-you-go monthly plan is $14 per month, while their longer 6 and 12-month plans break down to more in the $7 to $9 per month range. Then, Pimsleur also has a couple different subscription plans, both of which are monthly pay-as-you-go subscription options. First, there's Pimsleur Premium, which gets you access to one language. That costs $20 per month. Or there's Pimsleur All Access, which gets you access to all 51 of Pimsleur's languages and costs just $1 more per month, i.e. $21. So in terms of cost, clearly Busuu is cheaper by around $6 to $13 per month. Though I would just note that both Pimsleur and Busuu are pretty good about running discounts where you can usually lock in a lower rate, so make sure to check for coupon codes before buying. I'll toss any current discounts and codes and links that I can find down in the description for you. And for Pimsleur specifically, they actually have a 7-day free trial where you can test out the program before dropping any money. I would actually recommend doing just that before buying. Try it out for a few days and make sure you like the audio lessons. I'll have a link to that free trial down below in the description also, so make sure to check out that text and link on over for that free trial if Pimsleur sounds like it might be the right fit for you between these two. Alright, so now that we've covered how each app works and cost, let's dive into the major strengths and weaknesses of each program. And let's start with Pimsleur. The first highlight of the Pimsleur program is that they're much better than Busuu at developing your listening and speaking skills. One of the biggest accelerants of learning a language is getting frequent, heavy doses of verbalization. You need to routinely hear and speak the new language you're learning to get comfortable with it, and Pimsleur just offers much more of an opportunity to do that than Busuu. Busuu does have short videos and some verbal feedback in the community forum, but it's nothing like what you get with Pimsleur. The Pimsleur audio exercises are great at building your listening and speaking skills, and you'll develop an ear for understanding the language much more quickly with their daily audio lessons. Then, my second highlight for Pimsleur sort of piggybacks on my first advantage. Because the Pimsleur audio lessons are audio-based, they're a lot more flexible than Busuu's lessons. And even though each Pimsleur lesson takes a lot longer to complete, about an hour versus 10 minutes for Busuu, the beauty of the audio portion of each lesson is that you're not tied to your phone. You don't have to be staring at a screen, matching word pairs and typing phrases in. With the audio lessons, you can hit the play button and go about whatever you're doing. You can do a lesson while you're working out, fishing, gardening, doing the dishes, whatever. Basically, I like that you can be productive with your time while still doing a lesson. It's a huge bonus. You can even do an audio lesson while you're driving because they have a special driving mode. It's really nice. Then, third, I need to point out Pimsleur's new voice coach feature. So, in the last year or so, Pimsleur has rolled out a new voice recognition software tool that so far is great. The program listens to you say words and phrases and then gives you feedback on your pronunciation on a star system basis. So far, the accuracy of the feedback is really strong. When you screw your pronunciation up, it'll tell you with a poor grade. And one feature that I especially like about it is this challenge mode. When you turn this on, you'll be prompted in English to say a phrase in your target language with no hint as to how to say it. So it makes you think critically about what to say, plus you still need to nail your pronunciation. It's difficult, but very, very helpful. And given that Busuu doesn't provide any sort of voice recognition software at all, this is a major advantage for Pimsleur in my eyes. And finally, my final quick win for Pimsleur is that they have a better interface and mobile app than Busuu in my opinion. The Pimsleur digital platform is one of the quickest and sleekest apps we've tested. Everything is intuitive, fast, and really pretty for what that's worth. Now, don't get me wrong, Busuu's user interface isn't bad, but it's just not anywhere near Pimsleur's. It's seriously about the best in the space. Anyway, though, that's Pimsleur, and what I like about their program over Busuu. So now let's get to Busuu's wins. But before I hit you with that, I should just mention that every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we actually give away a free language learning course to one lucky person. It's really simple to enter. Everyone out there is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description on how to get entered, but just know it takes like 10 seconds and hey, you never know. You could win a totally free subscription to Pimsleur or Busuu. Alright, so my first major highlight for Busuu is that their program incorporates video clips of fluent speakers. Every few exercises in Busuu, you'll get a quick clip of a fluent speaker speaking a phrase or sentence or two. This is something missing from the Pimsleur program. With Pimsleur, there aren't many visuals and definitely no video. And personally, I like video. I think it's great to see fluent speakers saying the things that you're hearing so you can gauge body language, facial expressions, and have a visual memory aid to associate new words and phrases with. It's a big value add for visual learners. And another major advantage for Busuu is that their lessons are faster and shorter. The Pimsleur lessons take about an hour to complete from start to finish. That is the audio portion plus the reinforcement drills. And of course, you can always pause those lessons and come back later to finish them, but if you want to rip off complete lessons in short timeframes, Busuu will be the better option for you. For example, if you only have 10 minutes here and there throughout a busy daily schedule, Busuu might just be a better fit. And lastly, my final win for Busuu is their community feedback system. So, as I already mentioned earlier, Busuu doesn't have any speech recognition software to give you feedback on your pronunciation. Instead, they leverage their entire user base to provide feedback. For example, if you're learning Spanish, native Spanish speakers will leave you comments on your verbal and writing practice exercises, and then you can return the favor by leaving comments for people learning English. It's not a perfect system because it does take time to receive the feedback, but it definitely personalizes the experience and makes it kind of social. You can connect with those people who you share feedback frequently and kind of become study buddies. It's a different system from most other language learning apps and can add a lot of value if you're looking for a community feel. But anyway, that about does it for the detail in this comparison, so let's get to my closing thoughts. Personally, at the end of the day, between these two apps, I think it's pretty clear that Pimsleur is the more robust and effective language learning program. Busuu has a lot going for it with their video exercises, short and fun lessons, and community feedback feature, but it's just not nearly as powerful or deep of a program as Pimsleur is. If you're serious about gaining an intermediate level of fluency, Pimsleur is just going to get you there a lot faster with their audio lessons and supplemental drills, and that's who I would personally go with. Anyway, I hope it's been helpful and you learned a little something about both Busuu and Pimsleur. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to our channel, liking this video, dropping me a quick comment below. That would be really appreciated. And again, if you want to see that full detailed written comparison that I mentioned earlier in this video, just hop on over to our website, testprepinsight.com, or check out the other videos on our YouTube channel. We got a bunch of great content out there. But as always, thanks for watching, best of luck, and I'll see you next time.